Hey, Daniel, I was at a coffee shop last week and I watched a group of teenagers split a bill in about 4 seconds flat.
Let me guess. They didn't pull out a calculator or even a single dollar bill.
No, not even close. One person scanned 2 taps, a little chime, and they were gone. And it amazed me at just how seamless money has become.
It's almost like money has become invisible.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We moved from checks to cards to digital pulses in the air.
So weird to think about. But, to be honest with you, that ease makes me a little nervous sometimes. And so I was talking to a friend recently who accidentally sent $50 to the wrong, quote, John Smith on her app.
And let me guess, she couldn't get it back.
Oh, yeah, you're right. The app told her it was her responsibility to verify the recipient. And it was a 50 lesson in digital reality.
That's the disconnect. These apps make moving money feel like sending a text, but the consequences are closer to handing over physical cash in a crowded mall.
Great analogy.
Once that money hits the other side, it's essentially gone. Today, we're going to help our listeners avoid those expensive oops moments. We're talking P2P mastery, how to use Zelle, Venmo, and even Cash App without getting scammed. Welcome back to Making Sense of Your Sense. I'm Daniel Hill.
And hello, friends. I'm Shanna Browning. And today we're going to continue talking about our series on digital safety. So we're going to be peeling back that curtain on peer-to-peer payment apps. So you heard Daniel mention P2P. That's what that means. Peer-to-peer payment. And we're going to teach you how to keep your hard-earned money safe in a very digital age.
And Shanna, the biggest hurdle for people is understanding what these apps actually are. Most people think they're bank accounts with extra features.
Yep, and that's a dangerous assumption. They aren't traditional banks. When you load money into these apps, you are creating a digital wallet.
Exactly. And if you lose your debit card, the bank can freeze the account and reverse the fraudulent charges because they have layers of protection. With P2P apps, the transaction is often instantaneous and, I hate to say it, final.
Yeah.
You have to treat every send button like you're handing over a stack of $100 bills.
And let's be clear on this. The convenience is incredible.
Oh, absolutely.
Incredible.
Absolutely.
But the lack of chargeback rights is the trade-off. If you send money to the wrong person or if you fall for a scam, that app company is rarely under any obligation to get that money back to you.
Right. They've got no liability in it.
No.
It's like putting cash in an envelope, dropping it in the mail, and hoping it gets where it's going.
That makes me so nervous. It just makes me nervous.
Once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
We've heard the old wise saying, measure twice, cut once.
Yep.
The same thing's true with these P2P payment apps. Verify twice, send once.
That's amazing. Great thought. And so let's talk about scams. I've seen that accidental payment trick circulating online. Can you explain that to our listeners?
Absolutely. So the accidental payment trick is a clever psychological trap. You get a notification that someone sent you money, say $500 by mistake.
It never happens.
I know. I mean, again, if it's too good to be true,
it
probably is. Then you immediately get another message from them saying, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm in a bind. Can you please send that back to me?
And the victim thinks that they're being a great person by returning the mistaken funds.
Right. But what actually happened is the scammer sent the money from a stolen, hacked account. When the bank catches the thief, they reverse the original transaction, so the $500 you received disappears. But the money you sent back to the scammers is gone forever. You just paid them $500 of your own money.
It's such a terrible feeling, and it's terrifying. If you ever receive money from a stranger, do not touch it. Do not send it back, and contact the app's official support line immediately.
Do not pass go.
Nope.
Do not collect $200. Go straight to your bank.
That's right.
And if the app made a mistake, they have a formal process to reverse it. A stranger messaging you on the app is never the way to handle a cash error.
That's right. That's exactly right. Contact your bank at all times. I think Daniel and I will say that a lot. Don't be embarrassed. Don't be afraid of a scam. Be mindful of scams. But if you are unsure, you find your bank. You make sure they know.
Hey everyone, Daniel Hill here with a quick question for you. Is your most sensitive financial information sitting in an unsecured metal box on the street right now? Paper statements are one of the primary targets for identity thieves and mail fraud. When you make the switch to e-statements, you're moving your data out of the mailbox and into our high-security digital vault. It's significantly safer, and it's a whole lot faster. You'll get an email the second your statement is ready without having to wait days for the mail carrier to arrive at your house. Plus, you can finally say goodbye to those shoeboxes of paper and filing cabinets taking up space. We keep your statements archived and accessible right in the app whenever you need them. Whether you're hunting for a record during tax season or providing documentation for a new loan. It takes less than 2 minutes to enroll through our mobile app or online banking portal. Protect your identity, clear the clutter, and take control of your records today. Now, let's get back to the show.
But another issue we see is people using personal apps to pay goods from strangers that they met on social media.
Oh, that is where we see the most heartbreak. If you're buying a used item from an online marketplace like a puppy or a piece of furniture or concert tickets, you should never use a P2P app to pay a stranger.
And tell me why that is.
Well, because these apps are designed for friends and family. They have no buyer protection. If you use a credit card and the item never arrives, you can dispute the charge. If you use a P2P app to send money to a stranger, the company has no incentive to help you get it back. If it's not someone you know personally and trust with your actual life, don't use the app.
So it's accountability.
Mm-hmm.
They are making you be accountable for what you're doing, and no liability on them, as you said earlier. But even worse, some of these scammers use these apps to set up fake storefronts. They look legitimate, but once you hit send, they're gone. They disappear, and your money goes into a really big black hole. Always use a credit card for business transactions like that. That's our tip for you on that. It's the only way to ensure you really have a safety net. Not your debit card, not cash, certainly, but credit cards.
And if you remember in season 1, we actually did an episode on debit versus credit, when to use a debit card, when to use a credit card. So if you've not listened to that episode, I encourage you to go back and listen to it and pick up the tips from that.
Yeah, it's a great thought. And so we're going to talk here for a second. We've had some questions from, our friends and neighbors. And the first one is it safe to link my P2P app to my main savings account?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, we generally advise against doing that. If your app account were ever compromised, you don't want them having a direct pipeline to your life savings. We suggest linking the app to maybe a secondary checking account that only holds a small buffer of money.
So maybe that's just an account you set up, right? As we're talking through this a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just something like a vacation fund, how you set up an account, or a Christmas card or a Christmas account. Maybe it's just something that it's your shopping account.
Yeah, it's a dedicated account just for that.
Yeah, that's perfect. And so here's another one. Should I keep my balance in the app or move it to my bank?
Oh, that is a good question. And I'm going to tell you right off the bat, move it.
Yep.
Move it every time. Treat the app like a pass-through station, not a vault. I can't remember the details on it, Shanna, but I heard somebody talking and they said there is more money in rewards apps, like let's say Starbucks, Dunkin', whatever it may be, where people have money stored in these apps. There's more money in those apps than there is in the banking financial system.
Oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
I wish I would.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy to even think about.
Yeah, there's more money stored in those. And what happens if Starbucks all of a sudden decides they're going to change their rewards program?
Well, there's your money. It's gone.
So that's
Wow.
why I say move it.
Yeah.
Get the money into your bank account as fast as possible. And here's the key, where it's FDIC insured.
Yeah. 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 Those apps are not
They're
FDIC
not.
insured.
They're not. Well, like we talked about, there's no incentive on these companies to have any liability for it.
Yeah.
So
you parked your money and they're going to move your money.
Exactly.
They're going to take your money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So you move it first.
That's awesome. And so here's one last one. How do I secure the app itself?
Well, we've talked about this before, and I can't stress it enough, but use multi-factor authentication on anything you can. Most of these apps now allow you to set up a Face ID or Touch ID or a separate PIN required to just open the app. If your phone is stolen, you want that extra layer of just security standing between the thief and your bank account.
Yeah, that's smart to think of it like that.
So always use the multi-factor or two-factor authentication, something you have, something you are, and something you know.
Okay, perfect.
This has been absolutely a powerful conversation. We hope we've helped clear up some of the misconceptions or some of the fears on using P2P or peer-to-peer payment apps. But let's wrap up our actionable tip for this week.
You know I love a good actionable tip. So for this week, it is the $1 test.
Before you send a large amount of money to someone for the first time, always send exactly $1 first. And I'm going to interject this here. If you set up and verify your account with, let's say, PayPal or something like that, what is the first thing they do?
Well, that's exactly what I was sitting here thinking when we were talking through this.
They send you two small transactions just to verify that your account is accurate. So doing this $1 transaction is a great way to make sure, hey, John, did you get my $1 I sent you? Yeah, I got it. I'm going to send you the rest.
That's perfect. That's perfect. It's a great way to look at that. And so once they confirm that single $1, just like you said, you know you have the right account. And then you send the remaining balance safely.
Exactly.
It's an extra 30 seconds that could save you hundreds of dollars.
It's the ultimate peace of mind verification.
So, Daniel, thanks for keeping our money safe today. I've loved this conversation. Where are we heading next week?
Well, next week, we're talking about the mystery of escrow. Why did my payment change? And we're going to break down what that account actually does, why your monthly mortgage payment might fluctuate even if your rate is fixed.
So if you've ever opened that mortgage statement and been surprised by the number, you're really not going to miss this one. And I can tell you, this is timely with the appraisals for Knox County recently.
Yes.
So looking forward to it. So make sure you subscribe now and you don't miss that explanation.
For Shanna Browning, I'm Daniel Hill. Go out and make some sense of your sense.